The €1 coin from the image you provided appears to be a 1999 Belgian 1 cent euro coin, a small copper-covered steel coin that is part of the euro currency system. It features the portrait of King Albert II of Belgium, who reigned from 1993 until his abdication in 2013. This design was used on Belgian euro coins minted from 1999 until 2007. The coin itself belongs to the lowest denomination of the euro currency, which was introduced in physical form in 2002, though production and minting for euro coins began as early as 1999, the date shown on this particular piece. Despite its minimal face value, the €1 has a unique numismatic, historical, and symbolic value, especially in the context of Belgium's role in the European Union and the creation of the Eurozone. This coin's obverse, front, side shows a left-facing profile of King Albert II, designed by Jan Alphonse Kustermans. To the right of the portrait, you can see the royal monogram, an ornate A topped by a crown, representing Albert II, and just below it is the year of minting, 1999. Surrounding the image are the 12 stars of the European Union, symbolizing unity, solidarity, and harmony among the peoples of Europe. These 12 stars do not represent specific countries, but are a symbolic number that has been traditionally associated with perfection and completeness, commonly used in European heraldry and symbolism. The reverse, back, side of this coin, which is common across all countries in the Eurozone, was designed by Luc Luix of the Royal Belgian Mint. It features a globe showing Europe in relation to Africa and Asia, symbolizing Europe's global reach and interaction. It also includes the face value €1 and 6 parallel lines cutting diagonally behind the globe, with 12 stars arranged along them, reinforcing the EU symbol. This design reinforces the shared identity of euro coins, regardless of which member state issues them. The composition of this €1 coin is copper-covered steel, giving it a reddish tone and magnetic properties due to the steel core. It weighs 2.30 grams, has a diameter of 16.25 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.67 millimeters, with a smooth edge. While it's a tiny denomination, this coin carries significant symbolic meaning. It was intended to facilitate small transactions and pricing precision, especially when the euro was introduced and conversion from legacy currencies required decimal accuracy. However, in many Eurozone countries, including Belgium, 1 and 2 cent coins are now increasingly being rounded out of circulation in daily commerce due to production costs and inconvenience. The mint mark and engraver's mark are also important. Belgian euro coins minted during this period carry the mint mark of the Royal Belgian Mint and an engraver's mark, initials or symbols, identifying the mint director. In 1999, the mint master was Romain Koenen, and the mint mark is often a combination of a symbol, like a feather or scales, and letters, although this may be faint or hard to see on heavily circulated coins. Historically, the adoption of the euro was a monumental step for European integration, and Belgium played a central role as one of the founding members of the European Union and the Eurozone. Brussels, the capital of Belgium, is also the de facto capital of the EU, housing major institutions such as the European Commission and European Council. Therefore, Belgian euro coins like this one serve not only as currency, but as small metallic ambassadors of European unity and shared governance. In terms of collectability and value, this particular 1999 Belgian 1 cent coin is common, as millions were minted in the lead-up to the euro's physical introduction in 2002. Its value in circulated condition remains at or near face value, though uncirculated or proof versions can attract a small premium among collectors, especially as early dated examples or complete euro coin sets gain collector interest. Coins with mint errors, such as misstrikes or off-center minting, may also have additional numismatic value. In conclusion, the 1999 €1 Belgian coin is more than just a piece of metal. It is a representation of a new monetary era in European history. Bearing the image of a monarch who reigned during a time of substantial political and economic evolution in Belgium and Europe, the coin encapsulates national identity within a broader supranational framework. Though small and often overlooked, This coin marks Belgium's contribution to a currency shared by hundreds of millions, reflecting the cultural and political unity that the European Union strives to represent. Whether in a collector's tray or found in change, this 1 cent coin is a tiny but powerful artifact of modern European history. Next top. The coin shown in the image is a €1 coin from Italy, dated 2002. This small copper-plated steel coin is part of the euro currency system introduced in 2002 across several European Union countries, including Italy. Despite its small size and low face value, the €1 coin carries a significant amount of cultural, economic, and numismatic interest. The design, minting, and symbolic features reflect Italy's rich heritage and its participation in the broader European monetary union. Let's explore the full background and detailed information surrounding this coin. The €1 is the smallest denomination in the euro currency, worth 1/100th of a euro. It is struck in copper-covered steel, giving it a reddish appearance reminiscent of older bronze coins. The coin weighs 2.30 grams, has a diameter of 16.25 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.67 millimeters, with a smooth edge. It was designed for practical use in small transactions and is commonly used in daily purchases, especially in change and minor price adjustments in shops. However, in some Eurozone countries, 1 cent and 2 cent coins are gradually being phased out of circulation due to their low purchasing power and high production costs, but in Italy, they still remain legal tender. The reverse side of the coin, common to all Eurozone countries, was designed by Luc Luix, a Belgian artist. It features a globe showing Europe in relation to Africa and Asia, symbolizing Europe's place in the world. The numeral 1 is large and bold, accompanied by the words Eurocent and 6 vertical lines with stars at the ends, representing the European flag. This design reinforces the idea of unity among European countries under the single currency. The obverse side, unique to Italy, features the Castel del Monte, an iconic 13th century octagonal castle built by Emperor Frederick II in the region of Apulia, Puglia, southern Italy. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is a masterpiece of medieval architecture and geometry. The castle is notable for its perfect octagonal shape, with 8 octagonal towers, and is often interpreted as a symbol of knowledge, harmony, and Frederick's fascination with mathematics and science. Choosing Castel del Monte for the 1 cent coin reflects Italy's deep historical and architectural legacy. The design was created by Ettore Lorenzo Frappuccini, and like all euro coins, it includes the 12 stars of the European Union arranged around the border. Beneath the castle, you'll notice the monogram, RI, standing for Repubblica Italiana, Italian Republic, symbolizing the issuing nation. The letter R is also visible, identifying the Rome Mint, which produced this coin. Additionally, the initials of the designer, EF, are present, honoring Frappuccini's contribution. The 2002 issue is part of the first official mintage of euro coins for Italy, when the euro became the country's sole legal tender alongside banknotes. While millions were minted for circulation, making this coin relatively common, it holds value in collections as part of a full Eurocent series or Italian mint sets. Its value in the collector's market typically remains at face value, €0.01, unless it is in uncirculated, UNC, or proof condition, where it can fetch slightly higher values among numismatists, particularly when part of a full set. Economically, the coin represents the transition Italy underwent when it moved from the lira to the euro. Before the euro's adoption, Italy's currency was the Italian lira, and the switch to euro coins like the 1 cent symbolized economic integration with the rest of Europe. The coins were introduced in physical form in January 2002, though the euro had already existed in banking and electronic transactions since 1999. As one of the founding members of the European Economic Community, EEC, and later the EU, Italy's commitment to the euro project was strong and enthusiastic, and the design of its euro coins reflects pride in national heritage within a European framework. In circulation, the 1 cent coin is still widely used in Italy, especially since the country has not discontinued these smaller denominations like some other Eurozone countries have. Although discussions continue across the EU about eliminating 1 and 2 cent coins due to production costs outweighing their purchasing power, many Italians continue to use them in day-to-day transactions. From a numismatic perspective, this 2002 Italian €1 coin is a fine representation of Italy's blend of medieval history, European unity, and modern currency design. It embodies a moment in European history where economic borders were softened and national identities were celebrated through carefully chosen cultural and architectural icons on circulating currency. Castel del Monte, with its mysterious origins and geometrical elegance, serves as a powerful national symbol for Italy's smallest coin denomination. Its presence on the 1-cent coin ensures that even the most modest transaction carries with it a reminder of Italy's artistic and historical legacy. In summary, the 2002 Italian €1 coin is more than just a low-value coin. It's a fusion of architectural wonder, European integration, and monetary symbolism. With its durable copper-steel composition, iconic imagery of Castel del Monte, and the distinctive markings of the Italian Republic and Rome Mint, it provides both historical insight and practical value. While it may only buy a fraction of a good or service today, its role in the broader story of European economic unity and Italy's cultural pride gives it lasting significance in both everyday life and coin collecting circles. Next top. The €1 coin depicted in the image is a 2003 Italian issue, one of the smallest denominations of the euro currency. Struck in copper-covered steel, this coin is not just a means of everyday transaction but also a miniature canvas that reflects Italian culture and European unity. The Eurocent coins were introduced as part of the euro currency system in 2002, replacing the Italian lira, following Italy's adoption of the euro as part of the European Economic and Monetary Union. The obverse side of the coin in your image, which is unique to Italy, features a portrait of Dante Alighieri, the famous Italian poet and author of the Divine Comedy. The portrait is inspired by the Renaissance painting by Raphael, housed in the Vatican. This specific design was chosen through a televised public vote held by the Italian public broadcaster RAI, where Italians were given a chance to select which iconic symbol would represent their country on each coin denomination. Dante was selected for the 2-cent coin, but his image appears similar on the 2-cent and 1-cent coins due to Raphael's artwork. The letters RI appear near the image, standing for Repubblica Italiana, with the designer's monogram and the mint mark, R, for Rome Mint, visible beneath the portrait, next to the date, 2003. Surrounding the portrait are 12 stars, symbolizing the European Union and unity among its member states. This motif is common across all euro coinage, no matter the denomination or the issuing country. The reverse of the coin, not visible in this image, is common to all €1 coins across the Eurozone and was designed by Luc Luix of the Royal Belgian Mint. It features a globe showing Europe in relation to Africa and Asia, alongside the denomination €1 and 6 vertical lines intersected by 12 stars. This side emphasizes the shared identity of the Eurozone nations. From a technical perspective, the €1 coin is small and lightweight. It has a diameter of 16.25 millimeters, a thickness of 1.67 millimeters, and weighs 2.30 grams. Its reddish tone comes from the copper-plated steel composition, which also makes it slightly magnetic. These coins are produced in vast quantities and intended for mass circulation, primarily used for small transactions and giving exact change. Despite their low face value, the design work and national pride embedded in these coins make them of interest to numismatists and collectors, especially those who seek complete euro coin sets from each member state. In 2003, Italy minted millions of these 1-cent coins, making them relatively common. However, uncirculated examples or coins in exceptional condition, especially those graded by professional services like NGC or PCGS, can be more desirable to collectors. Their value generally remains close to face value unless the coin is in mint condition or part of a proof set. It's also worth noting that over the years, due to production costs exceeding their face value, several Eurozone countries, including Italy, have considered reducing or eliminating 1- and 2-cent coins from circulation, making older issues potentially more interesting in the future. To sum up, this 2003 Italian €1 coin embodies both the national artistic legacy of Italy and the broader identity of the European Union. With Dante Alighieri's image gracing its obverse, it bridges a millennium-old cultural past with a modern monetary future. Though tiny and often overlooked in pockets and purses, it holds an enduring place in the story of European integration and Italian numismatic artistry. Next top. The €1 coin from 2004 is a small yet important part of the broader euro currency system that unites many countries in the European Union under one monetary banner. Although modest in value, the €1 plays a key role in everyday transactions and carries historical, economic, political, and numismatic significance. The euro itself was officially introduced as an accounting currency in 1999, with coins and banknotes entering into circulation on January 1, 2002. The €1 coin, along with the 2 and 5-cent coins, belongs to the group of low-denomination euro coins, designed primarily for minor purchases and to facilitate exact change, especially in cash-dominant transactions. The coin's physical specifications are quite distinctive. It is made of copper-covered steel, giving it a characteristic reddish tone and magnetic properties. It weighs 2.30 grams, has a diameter of 16.25 millimeters, a thickness of 1.67 millimeters, and features a smooth edge. These properties make it easy to distinguish from other denominations by touch alone, which is helpful for visually impaired users and general practical use. Each euro coin has a common reverse side and a unique national obverse side, depending on the country that issued it. The reverse side, designed by Luc Luix of the Royal Belgian Mint, is consistent across all Eurozone countries. It depicts Europe in relation to Africa and Asia on a globe, symbolizing the European Union's global presence and interconnectedness. The numeral 1 is large and bold to indicate the denomination, accompanied by the words Eurocent and 12 stars symbolizing the original 12 countries of the European Union. The globe on the reverse is slightly to the left and shows Europe as an integrated region without borders, reflecting the EU's spirit of unity and collaboration. The obverse side, however, depends entirely on the issuing nation, and this is where the 2004 €1 coin can vary considerably. For instance, if it was minted in Germany, it might feature an oak twig symbolizing stability and unity. If it came from France, it could show Marianne, the national emblem of liberty, and if from Italy, it might depict the Castel del Monte or other national symbols. Each country's national side is a window into its heritage and pride, and even though the coin is of low value, the imagery carries cultural and historical weight. The 2004 mintage year is relatively early in the euro's lifetime. By this year, most participating EU countries had already made the full transition to euro currency, and the public had begun to fully integrate its use into daily economic life. In 2004, the Eurozone comprised 12 countries: Austria, Belgium, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Ireland, Italy, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Portugal, and Spain. Slovakia, Slovenia, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and others would adopt the euro later. The production of 1-cent coins in 2004 continued at high volumes across many of these states, reflecting widespread demand due to the newness of the currency. However, despite their utility, these low-denomination coins also attracted criticism for their cost-effectiveness and practicality. By 2004, there was already discussion in some countries about rounding rules or possibly phasing out 1- and 2-cent coins in the future. Countries like the Netherlands and Finland began implementing rounding policies, where totals were rounded to the nearest 5 cents, reducing reliance on these smaller coins. Nevertheless, the European Central Bank, ECB, has allowed continued production to ensure consistent pricing and avoid inflationary rounding in member countries that still rely on them. From a numismatic perspective, the €1 coin is commonly collected by both amateur and seasoned collectors. Even though it is not rare, the interest lies in the diversity of national designs, mint marks, and variations in strike quality or errors. For example, the mint mark such as A for Berlin, Germany, F for Stuttgart, or R for Rome can add another layer of complexity and value, especially for those assembling complete country year sets. Collectors often seek uncirculated, proof, or special edition versions, usually issued in official mint sets. Coin struck in 2004 with high quality in brilliant uncirculated BU or proof condition, particularly from countries with smaller mintage figures like Luxembourg or Finland, may carry small premiums. Additionally, coins from countries that later adopted the euro, such as Slovenia, joined Eurozone in 2007, would not exist in 2004, making any claims of such coins in that year counterfeit or misidentified. Variants like double strikes, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws can make a 2004 1-cent coin valuable to error collectors, although such finds are rare. In terms of circulation, the 1-cent coin sees frequent use in cash transactions but suffers from quick degradation due to its high exposure and soft copper-plated steel composition. Over time, these coins can develop wear, corrosion, or discoloration, particularly in humid climates or in circulation-heavy economies. Despite this, they remain legal tender and valid for use across all Eurozone countries, thanks to the euro's harmonized design standards. This means a 2004 1 euro-cent coin minted in Germany can be spent in France, Portugal, or Greece without restriction. However, in practice, many people regard these small coins as inconvenient, and they often accumulate and used in jars, drawers, or pockets. Central banks must frequently recollect and remit such coins to maintain sufficient quality and availability. Economically, the cost of producing and distributing the 1-cent coin can exceed its face value, primarily due to material, minting, and transportation costs. This has prompted ongoing debates within EU institutions about whether to phase them out, especially as digital payments become more dominant. Still, smaller economies and cash-reliant societies argue in favor of retaining them, emphasizing their role in price transparency and anti-inflationary pricing. By 2004, the ECB was already collecting data on coin usage and preparing for potential policy adjustments. Yet, to date, no Eurozone-wide directive has phased out the 1 and 2-cent coins, and individual countries remain free to set their rounding policies. Culturally, the euro-cent coins have become a common symbol of European integration, albeit less glamorous than the higher denomination coins and banknotes. The 2004 1 euro-cent coin marks a time when the euro had just begun proving its viability and stability on the global financial stage. It represents one of the tangible pieces of a unified European identity used daily by millions across diverse nations and languages. Though often ignored or even discarded due to its small value, this coin encapsulates the essence of cooperation, standardization, and unity amidst difference. Every time one is passed in a transaction, it silently affirms the broader vision of a unified Europe, grounded in shared economic and political frameworks. In conclusion, the 2004 1 euro-cent coin, while small in size and value, carries a wealth of significance. From its intricate design and physical attributes to its symbolic national representations, from its place in a common currency system to its relevance in ongoing debates about efficiency and economic policy, it is a microcosm of the Eurozone itself. Whether in the hands of a child receiving change at a shop, a commuter paying a fare, or a call,